We praise a woman, ancient enchantress. We praise a goddess, mighty Yemaya. We praise a dancer who flows like oceans. We praise a helper who has known trouble. We praise a priestess, she who knows magic. We praise an elder, she who remembers. We praise a woman, mother of millions. We praise a goddess. Hear us, Yemaya. As I mentioned in previous videos, I didn't follow Santería very closely when I was younger. It is part of my culture. But it was after a session in hypnosis therapy that Yemaya's name kept coming to me over and over again. And that's when I felt that that was the pull of the Orishas towards me. I've worked with Yemaya, I've worked with Elegua, and I've worked with Oshún. And it's just been absolutely wonderful for me. Like I've mentioned, I'm not initiated, but these spirits really do feel like home to me. So I'm going to be reading a parable from Teachings of the Santería Gods, The Spirit of the Odu by Ócha'ni Lele. And let's begin. It's titled, How Oshún Came to the New World. Many centuries ago, the Orishas lived only in Africa, the cradle of civilization and the mother of all our races. Yet came the Spanish, the whites, to the holy continent, and with them they brought the evils of a modern world. Many of our priests and priestesses in old Oyo became corrupt when they saw the wealth that these men brought, and they were told that they could exchange the symbols of their orishas, the dilugun, for the wealth of gold. We can wash our spirits anew, they rationalized, and have the wealth that these strange men bring, for surely this is the will of our gods. In ignorance, they went to the ships and laid down their sacred implements for the precious metals that the traders carried. Yet instead of receiving gold coins as they had been told, they were given iron shackles and taken prisoner over the sea. No one heard from them again. Then the slave lords returned once more, and this time they offered the village chiefs gold in exchange for the strongest and healthiest of their peoples. These too were forced into submission and taken away over the bitter seas. Finally, having weakened the tribes through their own greed and sin, the traders returned once more and uprooted what they could of the empires, using their weapons of war to force those who were unable to run into submission. Thus did the evil of slavery begin with greed and lies, and thus did it continue over the centuries. Many of the Orishas came with their priests, either secreted in their hair or bellies. Some that could sailed through the elements. Obatala in the sky, Shango in the storm, Agonyun in the volcano. Others were already there in Cuba. Orunmila and Elegua, who are everywhere and know everything, and Ogun, who rests deep in the earth wherever there is iron. Yet one Orisha could not leave, Oshún. She lived in the sweet river waters of Africa and tried in vain to follow her people over the ocean. Yet she could not. For when the river met the seas, the fresh waters became salty, and therein she could not travel. So she went to her sister Yemaya and called her, begging, Sister, where do my people go? Why can I not follow? And tears slowly slipped down her face, tears of sadness and anger. Sister, says Yemaya, our people are being stolen away to a place called Cuba, and those of us who are able to go with them in spirit to watch over them, to protect them as best we can. Some of us are already there, for our realms extend to theirs. Others are carried in the bodies of the priests and priestesses, for their faith in us is great. Yet you, sister, cannot go. Your followers have traded their dilagoon for iron out of greed for gold, and your river ends at the sea. I'm sorry. Yet Oshún knew that her sister Yemaya was very powerful, being the mother of all Orishas, and she knew that if she truly asked, her sister would find a way to carry her across the seas. Sister, I am sad. I am angry, yet I forgive those that have brought this evil. I forgive those that have acted in greed. I want to be with them, to protect them, to make their lives sweet. How can I go to Cuba? Yemaya thought for a moment and smiled. You are fresh water, nourished by my rain. Fresh water. You will travel with me to Cuba through the sky, in the rain with your lover Shango, and with the blessings of our elder Obatala. Again, Oshún shed tears of joy, and she asked, Sister, what do the people in Cuba look like? Are they like us, with dark skin and curly hair? No, sister, they are lighter. Some are brown and others white. They do not look like us. I have another wish, my sister. I want to look not only like our people, but also like theirs. I want to show all the beauty of the Orishas and the evil that they have wrought on our people. I want to show them all that life can be sweet, that there can be harmony, that there can be love. I want to show all that will adore us the gifts of Oshún. Yemaya smiled as she straightened Oshun's hair and lightened her skin. She became the most beautiful of mulattoes, yet retained her African features. She was stunning, voluptuous. This is only illusion, my sister. Those that look upon your beauty will see those things that they find most beautiful. Through you, they will learn that no matter the hardships, the bitterness in life, it can be sweet if they honor you and what you represent. Love for all peoples and love for the Orisha. And with those words, Yemaya took Oshún into herself, into the rain, and together they traveled to Kuwa to watch over the Yoruba race. Yemaya was their mother and helped them to adapt, to survive, to grow, while Oshún taught all that despite the bitterness in their lives, there could be sweetness. Thus did all the Orishas finally come here to the New World. Thus they have been worshipped by all. Brightest blessings.